Hey guys, Hillel here. So, hope everybody's safe in this pandemic situation. Times are bad in India as well, and I am here, content in my house, and I wanted to do some video around what questions I've been receiving recently on Julia programming. Question number one. So, what is Julia programming? What is all about Julia? And why, Hillel, are you doing that? Right? I would like to give some history about what analysis I have done in the past. I was completely into mainframe programming, wherein I used to use a very specialized tool called CoolGen. And from then, I had decided that I had to do something new. Back in 2015, I started analysis around what languages are coming up, and I was surprised by looking at the charts that R was quite heavily trending. Then we had Python that was heavily trending, and the main reasons were the data, the explosion of data that is happening today, and everybody wanted to do analysis around what that data means to them. That was the core concern that everybody had, that I have so much data, what do I do about it? And those languages were pretty handy. Python as such was a general programming language. R was to do with statistical programming. Two languages that were trending, R and Python. So R was more with stats. So you could do a lot of statistical analysis using R. And what I did was, when I looked at the charts, I started learning R, because R was really trending at that point of time. And Python was a very general purpose language, which actually I worked with a lot of languages out there earlier, and I was back at that point of time, thinking it's again a general purpose language. But then in few months, you could see an explosion of packages that were being built for Python, and that really took my attention to know Python, know the packages that are around it, what data analysis we could do, what are the other things that are trending. Immediately the trends were towards the machine learning, artificial intelligence, and there were huge amount of packages that were available in the Python package index. So I immediately switched over to working with Python. That took me some time to read about it, learn about it, and then I adapted Python and did some research work in my organizations. So coming to the core question, why Julia? Now, when I am looking at charts again, I am seeing that Julia is trending, right? There is a small community out there today, but packages are growing. Downloads for Julia are growing. And amazingly, you still can do all the machine learning. In fact, you could get into the neural networks, AI stuff. It has calls to, you can call Python packages, it can call C packages, it can call R packages. So it gives you a lot of interface that obviously you can, if there are no packages today in Julia, you still have the option open to go back and work with those packages from Julia. So that's one. Also, Julia supports scientific computing in a very different way than other programming languages. I will leave that option open for you to go ahead and explore. The trend is we are looking out for scientific programming, and we are in that era where we will be needing a lot of scientific programming going ahead. So if we need so much of scientific computing, who supports better? So that's one where I would recommend Julia. Uh, Go ahead and try it. You would enjoy it. Now, the other analysis that I have done is around who all are using these packages. Are universities using them? Yes. Um, Sometime back, universities, huge universities, big universities, right? Probably there are some very big universities in US where they were using Python or R as their core languages when they used to teach in their classes. Now, many of those universities have started using Julia as a language. Now, that becomes a core, twist around how our new generation is learning computing. Okay, so they are going to adapt new technologies, new ways of doing coding, representing scientific equations in more relevant way what it shows in their textbooks. So it will be more towards the textbook design and is related to the scientific computing and the notifications that are needed out there. That will give them a lot of benefit to understand that whatever they are seeing out there in their books, they are also representing the same in their computing or the language, right? So it gives a lot of help to build that. So that's why Hillel is there, because he loves that language. He sees, that there is a big potential for this language to be in top numbers when it comes to data analysis or machine learning or AI, because there are packages being built. Question number 2: how long would it take Julia to reach at par with programming languages that are there today and are at the top, right? It's going to take some time. Community is fast. It is building packages at a fast pace. It has built its core packages. Probably you can go back and check. We have data frames, we have Flux, we have so many stuff that are trending a lot. There are a lot of downloads on them. You could pretty much do whatever you could do in Python for ML AI. So yes, it's trending. I see probably taking around a 3-year time frame to be somewhere in first 15 languages. That's the ranking that I am talking about, where there's a popularity index that comes up, so you could go ahead and check that. So I'm sensing that it will be in first 15 in the next 2 to 3 years, and then it all depends on the community, how much everybody shares. Question number 3 that pops up: Hillel, what should we be learning, Julia or Python? So why did I choose Julia? No, I didn't. Eventually I didn't choose Julia as a language to be my first language, but yes, Python I've been working quite a lot, right? And learning Julia was a decision that I took because there were a lot of factors that I noticed were really good. One is just in time compilation, right, where Python gives you an interpreter. Julia gives you JIT compilation. It has a problem of first time compilation or first time running, but then it gives you a good speed. So speed was one of the factor. We are trending towards a scientific computing world, right, where speed will become a very important factor out there, right? So you have to have speed in computing when it comes to taking decisions, scientific decisions on certain factors, or probably some decisions that you have to take by your robots or something like that, right? So it's going to be fun, but it needs to be very fast, right? See an example of when you're looking at self-driving cars, right, your decisions have to be very, very quick. So you really need something which is fast. Second thing, it's still lightweight, right? I still use a Jetson Nano, which is a very, very small computer, and I run Julia on that. It's a Linux box, very small box, that comes for Indian rupees 10,000 within that, right? And I can run Julia extremely well out there. So all those small boxes now are supporting such languages, which makes IoT world a really a creative world. You can do many stuff with those devices, right? So these languages are supported on those devices. Okay. Many other factors, like Julia has been one of the languages now in a lot of universities. Julia has a community. It has packages towards ML, AI. It has support now. Slowly it is building up. There is a lot of focus from the community to bring this Julia language up to the mark where we want to reach. Okay, so here we are. I just wanted to keep this short, but it just went over, and I have started working with a lot of videos out there for Julia. From install, I am trying to teach step by step and giving directions on how to approach a language. But I would still recommend that you pick up a project and then start learning a new language, right? You have to pick up an aim. Okay, so once you pick up an aim, to reach that aim you will have to learn different things. You will have to break that problem in small steps, and that's how you should learn. You have to reach a goal, right? You have to build a small project or a small product or whatever you have in your mind, right? You have to have a goal, and then you start breaking your problems in small steps, and then start learning that language so that you know what exactly you need to reach step A, B, C, D, and then you reach your product. Okay, so start exploring, start learning, and I still have my videos out there. I'm trying to give direction. I'm still building them for the community. I will keep posting a lot about that language, and all the best to you. Thank you for watching in. Do like, and don't forget to subscribe.